This might be a longer video than normal. Here are the 19 worst media meltdowns over the Supreme Court ruling defending America's gun rights. I'm sorry, guys. This is just, the Supreme Court on Thursday are upholding American citizens' right to conceal carry firearms outside their homes. It set the left-wing media into a tizzy. Oh, they're angry. Now, here's a guy that doesn't know the law either. It's become necessary to dissolve the Supreme Court of the United States. The first step is for a state. The court has now forced guns upon us to ignore this ruling. Great. If you're a court, why and how do you think you can enforce your rulings? Well, you better get with the program. Okay, Neil, whatever his name is. Gonna be weird, man, if Supreme Court ends a constitutional right to obtain an abortion next week. Number one, buckwheat. There's no such thing as a constitutional right to get an abortion. It's not in your Constitution. No. Here's Piers Morgan. Oh yeah, you got to depend on this guy. America's response to its recent mass shooting is to make it even easier for Americans to use guns. Second Amendment is now being interpreted as a right to bear arms as part of an unregulated civilian militia. Yes, that's what it's always been, dickhead. Okay, now, here's some girl. People will die. It's got to be clear they're not doing this to protect this amendment. They're doing it to protect their privacy of property. Oh, good God. The Supreme Court is a disgrace because God forbid we ask for a proper clause requirements to own weapons. The Second Amendment should be amended. I'm sick of this bullshit. Good for you. Theory that the Second Amendment guarantees that right of anyone without any training, license, or cause should be able to carry a concealed firearm into a crowded bar. Okay. Going to talk again. They can limit free speech, free exercise of religion, protection for search and seizure, right to jury, right to speed voting rights. But the second guarantees no regulations on that product, ownership, or use of guns. Is absurd. Well, guy, got news for you. New York will now pass wider gun restrictions, which will then take years to wind their way through the courts, so on and so forth. Decide that guns are more important than lives in this country. Where did these people get off? Well, here's a sweetheart from New York herself. It's outrageous at a moment of national reckoning on gun violence. The Supreme Court has recently struck down a New York law that limits those who can carry concealed weapons. The Supreme Court seems obsessed with wanting people to carry things, hidden weapons, fetuses they don't want. Maybe they should just be managers of TGI on Friday, so on and so forth. To the rest of the world, I warn you, do not travel to the U.S. American streets are not safe. The Supreme Court just said anyone can carry a concealed gun anywhere, anytime. Don't spend your money. Don't get off the plane. Literally stay out of the USA. That part we go along with, lady. Who are you? Nicole, somebody that nobody even knows you. Okay. Oh, good. How tone deaf to America's real gun violence epidemic can the majority of the Supreme Court be? This is a disgrace. Marry Trump. I'm not sure how much more evidence we need, although we'll be getting more soon, that this Supreme Court is thoroughly corrupt and more justices must be added in order to counter the insanity of the Alito-Thomas majority. Oh, God, people. Oh, good. Some things I'm not going to even... nitwits really piss me off. Thanks to the Supreme Court, you can carry a concealed gun in public without a permit, but now you can get an abortion and you can be arrested for that without Miranda rights. Well, yeah, you're killing people. Oh, good God. Now, here's what gets me. I don't know who this nitwit is. Never heard of him before until today. Supreme Court read neither the room nor the Constitution correctly. Well, let me spell something out for you. You're very uninformed, bud. So let me read the law to you. This is the preamble to the Bill of Rights. Originally there was 10 Bill of Rights. What they did here in 1787, the conventions of a number of the states, having at the time of adopting the Constitution, expressed a desire in order to prevent misconstruction or abuses of its powers that further declaratory and restrictive clauses should be added. That way we could trust our government more. Now, what declaratory means, as soon as I find it here. Anyway, what a declaratory clause means, it means it's designed to fix which was uncertain or doubtful. They wanted you to have faith in the Constitution. That's why the declaratory clause was put in there. It's designed to fix what was uncertain at the time or doubtful. And when the Second Amendment says a well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That's what it was designed to be, and there's nothing to be uncertain about. That's what it says. Something else for the uninformed. We're getting back to the Constitution, period. You're not going to hijack it anymore since 1934. Accordingly, there's nowhere in the Constitution that the federal government was granted authority to abridge, restrict, or infringe in any fashion whatsoever guns or ammunition. Thus, all restrictive laws made by Congress, all regulations made by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms are unconstitutional as outside the scope of powers granted to the Congress and to the executive branch by our Constitution. Restriction of arms and ammunition is not one of the enumerated powers granted to Congress or to the executive branch. Now, if you look at the Second Amendment, well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. You'll notice that underneath there are no sub-paragraphs A, B, C, or D, which would stipulate what an acceptable infringement would be. They are constitutionally forbidding from passing firearm laws against the people. They're null and void. All these gun laws they made, including the ones with the Violence Against Women Act. You know, they got all that stuff in there. That is ex post facto law. You can't pass a law after the fact and lump everybody in it all the way back to Adam and Eve. All the gun laws that they made, they're null and void. 1968 law, everything that they pass is junk. It's junk mail. More jumping through hoops to satisfy the government. They work for us. We don't work for them. Okay, I'll put a link for this down here. I just had to get this out of my system because I know Pelosi and Schumer and Feinstein and Biden, all of them people, right now their heads are rotating in a 360-degree circle. They're starting to levitate off their seats. They're starting to vomit this green slime stuff. And they're talking in ungodly tongues. Nasty stuff, nasty stuff. I wish we get it on film. Anyway, that's Fuzzy's view of this. Thank you, Supreme Court, for upholding the law. I know you got more coming. I can sense it. I can feel it. There's more coming down the pike. We're going to restore America one way or another. This is the best way to do it because that way you're not hurting anybody. Nobody's going to get harmed during the retake of America. I know this was a little bit long, but I want to put those damn nitwits in their place. God, I hate stupid people. Read the damn Constitution. It means what it says. Doesn't mean anything else, and you've twisted it since 1934. Your days are over. The Supreme Court back in those days was wrong to give so much power to Congress. It ends. I want to thank all the justices. I don't know your names off the top of my head, but I want to thank all you guys for making a stand and making Americans, real American patriots, feel a heck of a lot better. Thanks, guys.